Moviegoers eager for some old-fashioned thrills turned out in solid numbers over the weekend for The Evil Dead. The movie grossed $25 million. G.I. Joe took second place with $20.8 million. Meanwhile, The Croods eased closely in third with $20.6 million. Two new movies are opening in Beaumont theaters this weekend. One is a comedy and the other a drama. Here's Sean McBride, the movie guy, with a preview.
Jackie Robinson, a black man in white baseball.
The new movie 42 is a good but not great biopic that tells the story of Jackie Robinson, the first African American to play professional baseball. The film recounts the hatred and the bigotry that he had to face just to take the field. Chadwick Boseman plays Robinson, and Harrison Ford plays the Brooklyn Dodgers general manager who gave Robinson his shot.
You want a player who doesn't have the guts to fight back?
No, I want a player who's got the guts not to fight back.
You give me a uniform, you give me a number on my back, I'll give you the guts.
42 is a very inspirational movie. Perhaps it's too inspirational. It never really gets underneath Robinson's iconic image. We get the facts about his early career, but not the feelings about what made the man tick. Now don't get me wrong, this is a good sports biopic that will have you cheering on Robinson's heroic efforts, but it's not a great film, never offering us a whole-bodied character to cheer on, never going beyond the facts of his career. It's a story we've all seen before, though there's no denying that it's a good story, and certainly worth revisiting.
You will remember me.
And that's what's new at the movies this week. I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy, for 6 News.
And Sean McBride, the movie guy, joins us via Skype from Boise, Idaho, to talk about the new movies and DVD releases. How's it going, Sean?
It's going well, but it's not a great week in the movies. I hate to say that. We're so close to the start of the summer movie season. Iron Man is just 3 weeks away. And actually, some people will argue that Oblivion, which is Tom Cruise's big movie, big science fiction adventure, that's going to open next week. And some people say that that's going to start it. But we're so close. But what that means is that all these movies that sort of have mid-range prospects, they get released now because nobody's going to worry too much about if they get kicked out of the theaters when Oblivion shows up and takes all the screens. So it's kind of a bad week at the movies. 2 new movies this week. The first is Scary Movie 5. Not screened for critics. They haven't screened these for the last little while. Matter of fact, they didn't even give us any clips to play with this time. So,
wow.
But it's the guys making fun of all the horror movies, and it's, if you know the Scary Movie franchise, you know what you're getting into. It's notable, I guess, because it has Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan in it, but doesn't look particularly funny, but none of them did, and they're still, there's enough jokes in there. If you just want some silly ribald humor, I guess you'll be fine, but it's never going to be a highbrow night at the movies, so thus they don't screen it for critics.
I was going to say, if you saw Scary 1, 2, 3, and 4, then probably you're going to go see 5, because, yeah, you like that kind of humor. But what about the other one? I think you said you give it a thumbs up, right?
Yeah, the other movie out this week is 42, and it's a very difficult movie for me because it's a Jackie Robinson story, okay? It's Harrison Ford, it's got some notable character actors in there as well. It's a very inspirational film, and it makes you feel good, makes you want to cheer, but it's not the great film we were hoping it is. And so it's kind of weird because I like the film. I give it 3 stars out of 4, but I don't love the film. I didn't really get underneath the character of who Jackie Robinson is. I mean, so many of us have learned, and like in school, we learned the history of Jackie Robinson, but you never really got underneath him to find out what was driving the man. And this movie doesn't do that either. Really, there was nothing new here. It's laudable, it's inspirational, it's aspirational. I liked it. I just didn't love it. And it's kind of one of those weird films that kind of falls into the middle ground for me.
All right, so we got a couple more weeks to go before the really good movies come out, but if we want to head to the movies, sounds like there's at least something, a comedy and you said a drama, but also we have some DVD releases as well.
Yeah, and another really bad week on home DVD. I guess the big one, if there is a big one on the list, it's Hyde Park on the Hudson, which is a Bill Murray film. Basically, it's a story, it's based on a real, I don't know how much of this we know is true or not, but I guess FDR had an affair with a cousin. back in the 1920s when the king and queen of England were coming to visit, and it's a recounting of that historical slash romantic love story. It's an interesting drama. I didn't think it was great, but it's certainly the best thing on the list this week. Late Bloomers, which is Isabella Rossellini and William Hurt playing an older couple dealing with their impending aging. One of them is trying to relive past glories, and the other one is trying to prepare herself for getting older. Interesting stuff, but I don't even remember this being released in the theater. It was just a really small independent film, so just nothing on home DVD. Not a great week at the movies. Sorry, folks. I wish I could have better news for you, but hey, hang in there. Oblivion next week. Iron Man 2 weeks after. Then it's Star Trek. There's just one after another coming down the pike.
All right. Well, thanks, Sean, so much for a preview of the movies and DVD releases. And it looks like maybe we'll be heading outside. It's going to be a perfect weekend. All right. We'll see you at a movie theater near you.